Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. We are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter number 2, titled as Remembrance of Lord Krishna. Text number 17. Uddhavji is remembering about Lord Krishna. There are various pastimes of Krishna which are very nicely explained through the remembrance of Uddhavji. So let's recite the shloka here. You can repeat after me. Dunoti chetaha smarato mametad yad aha padava abhivandya pitroho tatamba kamashada Uru Sankitanam Prasidantam no Akrata Nishkritinam. Translation. Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents for their Krishna and Balram's inability to serve their feet due to being away from home because of great fear of Kamsa. He said, "O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability. All this behavior of Lord gives me pain at the heart." So here Uddhavji is remembering some of the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Now, as we all know, that Lord Krishna was in Nandagaon with Nanda Baba. After the birth, Lord Krishna was transferred from Mathura to Nandagaon. So Devaki and Vasudev, they both had to stay separate from Lord Krishna and Balram, because Rohini, who is mother of Balramji, was also with Nanda Baba in Nandagaon. So Rohini, Balram and Krishna, all of them were away from Vasudev. And Vasudeva and Devaki could not be with Lord Krishna until the Kans was killed, and then Lord Krishna united with Devaki and Vasudeva. So Lord Krishna felt his inability to serve his parents as they were away from their mother and father for quite some time. So Lord Krishna is saying to his parents, Devaki and Vasudeva, that, "Oh father and mother, please excuse us that we could not be with you for all this long." So when Uddhavji is remembering all this, he's having fear, pain of separation from Lord Krishna. As Krishna was away, he could not serve his parents, right? Because he was in Nandagaon. So Devaki and Vasudev were not as fortunate as Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maiya, that they could enjoy the childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna. That is why Krishna Bhagavan says to parents, Devaki and Vasudeva, that we are very sorry that we could not give you that pleasure. Purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, it appears that Lord Krishna and Balram or Baldev were both very greatly afraid of Kamsa, and therefore they had to hide themselves. Now, Krishna is saying that please forgive us because we were afraid of Kamsa. But they were not. Krishna is not afraid of anyone. Krishna himself could kill many demons sent by Kansa, and he killed Lord Krishna, ultimately killed Kansa also. So Lord Krishna was not afraid, but this is the childhood pastimes of Lord. But if Lord Krishna and Balram are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how was it possible that they were afraid of Kamsa? Is there any contradiction in such statements? Vasudev, due to his great appreciation for Krishna, wanted to give him protection. He never thought that Krishna was Supreme Lord and could protect himself. He thought Krishna as his own son. Because Vasudev was a great devotee of Lord, he did not like to think that Krishna might be killed like his other children. So here we can see that it is not that Krishna wanted protection, but it was Vasudev who is the father, and he thinks that my child needs protection. I want to protect my child. Every parent wants to protect their children. So this is out of their parental affection. Vasudev failed to recognize that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Uh, and that is Lord Krishna's energy, which is called as Antaranga Shakti, Maya, which covered uh, Vasudev and Devki's realization that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They never thought that Krishna is Supreme Lord. They just thought it is my child. And that is why they always wanted to protect Lord Krishna.
If he thinks about that, then he might attend that,
Uh,
become father.
so he thinks that, oh, my son should not be, as like 6 children got killed in front of Devki and Vasudev. So they thought, oh, this is my seventh baby was miscarriage, and eighth baby, this Lord Krishna. I want to protect my son. I do not want him to be harmed by Kamsa. So like this is a love, affection. But it's not that Krishna is afraid of Kamsa. Morally, Vasudeva was bound to deliver Krishna to the hands of Kamsa because he had promised to turn over all his children. But out of his great love for Krishna, he broke the promise. And the Lord was very pleased with Vasudeva for his transcendental mentality. So here we can see that pure devotee, for pleasure of Krishna, he will do anything. He will break even his own promise because just to serve Krishna. So Vasudeva, he was a man of promise. So as soon as the first child was born, he took the child to Kamsa. But now for the eighth child, he didn't want to take it to Kamsa. He just broke his promise. So a devotee can do anything for service of Krishna. He did not want to disturb the intense affection of Vasudeva, and thus he agreed to be carried by father to the house of Nanda and Yashoda. So Lord Krishna could have easily killed that Kamsa right on the first day itself. Lord Krishna didn't have to wait for so many years. But then, as Vasudeva had desired to transfer him to Nand Baba's place, and Lord Krishna had desired to perform some pastimes there also, with Gwalas and Gopas and Gopis there, and Yashoda Mata's. If Krishna would not have gone to Nandagaon, then we could not have taken darshan of Lord Krishna's Damodar form or Govardhan Leela. All these pastimes would not have happened if Lord Krishna wouldn't have been to Nandagaon. So we are able to enjoy this Govardhan Leela, we are able to enjoy Lord Krishna's Damodar Leela or Radhakund, Shyamkund. In fact, all these pastimes are there because Lord Krishna went to Nandagaon. Otherwise, we could not have all those pastimes.
Yes,
So, so all this is designed by Krishna, and he had wonderful plan uh, so that the devotees can relish, like Makhanchori Leela. Makhanchori Leela of Lord Krishna, which happened in Nandagaon while Lord Krishna was with Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maiya, and Krishna used to steal butter. Now, those pastimes would not have happened if Krishna would have killed Kansa on the first day itself, as soon as Krishna was born. So, all this is Lord's plan actually. So, and again, he did not want to disturb the love or affection of his devotee. So his devotee Vasudev had a plan. No, I will carry my little baby to Nandagaon, give it to Nanda Baba. So when his father Nanda Baba wanted, okay, he said, okay, I will fulfill your desire. So he cleared the way. He asked Yamuna to clear the way. So in this way, Lord Krishna fulfilled the desire of his devotees also. And just to test the intense love of Vasudeva, Lord Krishna fell down in the water of Yamuna while his father was crossing the river. Vasudeva became mad after his child as he tried to recover him in the midst of rising river. So when Vasudeva was trying to carry Krishna through Yamuna river, and there was intense storm actually, and there was one time when Vasudeva was carrying Krishna in a basket, and the water were so high that Lord Krishna almost slipped from the hands of Vasudeva. So Vasudeva had intense uh, anxiety, and he was so much worried. He became like literally here he said he became mad. If you lose your child, it's madness, right? So that was the love of Vasudeva for Krishna, and this sort of exchange increases the relationship between Bhagwan and Bhakta. So that's a Krishna, like mood of separation also is when gopis were away from Krishna, they had more love for Krishna than while Krishna was with them. Because while Krishna was with them, they had a love, but while Krishna was away from them, from the devotees, then every second of the time they were thinking of Krishna. So this is the uh, Vipralamba Bhava. These are all glorified pastimes of Lord, and there is no contradiction in such manifestations. Since Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he was never afraid of Kamsa, but to please his father, he agreed to be so. And the most brilliant part of his supreme character was that he begged pardon from his parents, being unable to serve their feet while absent from home because of fear of Kamsa. So here is another thing when Lord Krishna came back from Mathura to uh, from Nandagaon to Mathura back to Vasudeva. Then Krishna says to his father, please forgive me. Why is that so? Because he is now acting as a son and again giving pleasure to his father Vasudeva and Devaki. So he wanted to make them happy also. The Lord, whose lotus feet are worshipped by the demigods like Brahma and Shiva, wanted to worship the feet of his father Vasudeva. Such instruction by the Lord to the world is quite appropriate. Even if one is Supreme Lord, one must serve his parents. A son is indebted to his parents in so many ways, and it is the duty of the son to serve his parents, however the great son may be. So this is a very nice instruction Srila Prabhupada is saying that we always should try to serve our parents. We should respect our parents, and whatever the thing, you might become like a prime minister or president, but you have to respect your father and mother. For that matter, respecting every elder is very important. One who is senior to you, one who is father figure. Lord Krishna used to pay respects to everybody who is elder than him. You can see that one time Yudhishthir Maharaj is like he was age-wise he was senior. So Lord Krishna used to pay respects to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So this way we can see that Lord is trying to instruct through his own personal example that how can we be an ideal son or ideal of either.
Krishna always respect elders.
Always respected.
So you are
So
not so nearby also.
yeah, so he never had this arrogance, that I have become so big, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead, I will not touch the feet of anyone like that. A son is always indebted. We are always indebted to our parents. And the duty of the son is to serve the parents, however the great son may be. Indirectly, Krishna wanted to teach the atheist who do not accept supreme fatherhood of God, and they may learn from his action how much the Supreme Father has to be respected. So, Uddhava was simply struck with wonder by such glorious behavior of Lord, and he was very sorry that he was unable to go with him. So here we can see that Uddhava is remembering some of the specific pastimes of Krishna, that how Krishna was wonderful, how beautiful he was looking, how was his behavior with his parents. uh, and how much respectful he is. So all these small things Uddhavaji is remembering. Now, Srila Prabhupada also throughout the purports trying to explain some of the contradictions which may arise in the mind of people who are either newcomers to Krishna consciousness or who are not familiar with the transcendental activities of Lord. And sometimes people may think Krishna as an ordinary person just by hearing the translation of the shloka. So that's why Prabhupada's interpretation is very important to put the things in right perspective. If we do not read Prabhupada's purport, then we might think, oh, Krishna and Balram were afraid of Kamsa, so he is not Supreme Lord, like that, if you just read the translation. But when you hear the purport from Acharya like Srila Prabhupada, who has translated the Shrimad Bhagavatam and put the commentary on it, uh, after reading the commentaries on Shrimad Bhagavatam by great Acharyas, then we can understand also that what is the exact meaning of the word here. Sometimes we may misinterpret the same sentence. Like say here, Lord Krishna begged pardon from his parents. Now as soon as we hear this, then we will say, oh, Krishna is begging pardon, so he is not a Supreme Lord. And then next sentence, he says, oh, due to being away from the home because of great fear of Kamsa. So if a mundane one person reads this, then he says, oh, Krishna is afraid, then how can he be Lord? Like that. So, but then to understand that, we have to read the purport. And that is why reading Bhagavatam without purport will be less beneficial. We should make our endeavor to read the purport, because purport is the main thing where all the detailed information is there. Some people keep on reading just the translation and that they go to next page, next page. Then you can finish a book, but you will not be able to understand the essence. Correct. So we have to be really, really careful when we are just reading the purports. Once you read the we are just reading, sorry, translation. Once you read the purport of entire Bhagavatam, then when you are revising, you can read just the translation. That is not a problem. But for the first reading, we all must read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. So with this, we will pause.